As we've already discussed, one of the major obstacles to learning a language are the books that we buy. A universal error that every book that I've ever seen used to teach language is the dialogue concept. What do we mean? What these books are asking a new student to do is to memorize dialogues like a parrot that have 10, 12, or 13 sentences in this little monologue or dialogue. The problem is, every single one of those sentences has a different grammatical structure. Grammar is the hardest part of language. So imagine throwing all these new concepts at somebody at one time. We can illustrate that easily with these 7 Hackensack balls, whatever you want to call them. Now, imagine you're standing over there and I'm going to throw all 7 of these at you at one time. Are you ready? Let's see how many you think you're going to catch. What happened? Now let's try that again. Now I think you know what's coming next. Now we're going to throw these one at a time. Now imagine you're standing over there. How many will you catch now? When we do this in our courses and seminars around the world, generally people catch every single ball. Now what's the point of this exercise? It's to help us to understand that dialogues, memorizing dialogues, is a tremendous burden for a foreign language student. Now imagine I was using 12 instead of 7. We've looked at some of these dialogues in these textbooks, 12, 13, 14, 15 sentences. So just imagine throwing 15 balls at a time. Humanly impossible to catch all that. Just as it's humanly impossible not only to not be able to catch 7 balls, but 12 or 13 or 14. The point is, we want to focus on one new grammatical sentence structure at a time. Just as we threw the ball one at a time, we want to basically throw or toss into our minds one grammatical sentence structure at a time. Now I have a friend that lives in China. He's from England. He has taught himself ancient forms of Korean, Japanese, taught himself Chinese, and I asked him how he does it. And his answer was sentence patterns. What's that mean? One sentence at a time. Now, he was a living expert as someone who could really learn languages by doggedly attacking one sentence at a time. So as he reminded me, it's not very exciting. It's a little bit boring at times, but if you can recall up to 95% of the grammatical sentence structures that you need to learn, instead of forgetting 90%, you are not going to worry about being a little bit bored from time to time, because you're going to see a success ratio that's exceeding the method you're using now. Now, have you ever seen a one-man band? You know that guy that's got the harmonica, the horn, the drum, he's got some cymbals attached to his knees, and he's playing 6 or 7 instruments all at the same time. Now, can you imagine his father handing him all 7 instruments when he's about 7 years old, and his father saying, "Giuseppe, I want you to learn all 7 of these at the same time"? No. Likely, he's learning one instrument at a time until he works up to the point of being able to play all 7. We want to do the same thing. So dialogues are an impediment to the average student. Learning and focusing on one sentence at a time is not a burden. So again, how do you eat an elephant? Do you eat the whole elephant at once? Or do you eat him a little bit at a time? Learning a language is like eating an elephant. We have to do it in small, manageable chunks.